Hi there, Capricorn, and Happy New Year. I apologize for the delay in getting these videos out to you this year, or this month I guess I should say. The holiday season was definitely very busy, a lot of family and friends coming and going, and it put a little bit of a damper in getting all of the readings completed, as well as the readings for my clients. So Happy New Year, thank you for your patience, and I hope you enjoy the reading ahead for your month of January. I do intend to have a year ahead forecast for all of you, for all of the signs, by the end of next week, hopefully a lot sooner, but I'll overpromise and hopefully wow you with getting them out early. So with all of that being said, I do wish those of you that are having a birthday for the remainder of January an extremely happy birthday, with a wonderful, wonderful year ahead, with many blessings and much luck and love and health coming your way. So with all of that being said, let's take a peek, Capricorn, and see exactly what we have in store for you for the month of January. And this strictly is for the month of January. I know that in some readings we're looking at how this will impact the year ahead, which obviously it is the start of the year, but it doesn't necessarily indicate what the whole year will play out like. So let's just make some room for all of these cards. Fabulous. So in this position here, this represents fire, which would be your creative force, your will, your ambition, the things that get you going. I always call it the action card. You have here the Ace of Swords in reverse. Now, the Ace of Swords in an upright position speaks to swift action of new beginnings taking place. So potentially there could be a delay to an idea or to something that you had thought was going to be coming through this month. So there could be a delay to some action that you felt was going to take place. And it could just be, very simply put, it's a slow start to the year. Things are taking a little while to settle in. People are taking more time than you had anticipated to really get going and get into the swing of the daily grind and the daily routine. Now, in the next position here, we have air, which symbolizes your thoughts, your current strategies, thoughts concerning your long-term goals and short-term goals. Here you have the Magician, which is a beautiful card. It's a very lucky card. This card really speaks to, in this position, you having a lot of new ideas. Now this could also be because it's not just a new year, calendar year, but this is a new solar year. You are embarking upon a new solar year, Capricorn. So it would make sense that you have a lot of new ideas, things that generally you might not give a whole lot of concern or a lot of thought to. You are this month. The sky is the limit this month for you. You're really thinking outside of the box. You're looking at all of the things that you have at your disposal, either directly or indirectly, to really bring things into fruition and make things happen the way that you would like them to happen, and the way that you would like things to start taking shape in your life as you move forward. In the next position here, we have water, which symbolizes your emotions. This is really the warm and fuzzy card, I like to say. And here you have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Now the Five of Pentacles really speaks to individuals who potentially could be down and out. They don't have shelter, they don't have clothes, they don't have food. In a reversal position, I feel that you may be coming off the tail end of feeling like that, and it does make sense for many of you who have just celebrated the holiday season. It really is sometimes a tight time for most people financially. So, you're trying to make sure that everybody gets the gifts that you intended to give them, and it can put a little bit of a pressure on the wallet. So I feel like you are starting to say, okay, the spending is done. I'm starting to feel more comfortable, more stable. I'm coming out of that period of, okay, I really have to watch my pennies. Not saying that you still don't have to watch your pennies, but I really do see you feeling a little bit more comfortable this month, Capricorn, as you're coming off of all of those additional expenditures that the holiday season can sometimes bring. In addition, I would also say that you are looking at your finances and thinking about your finances and where you want to be as you move forward. Where do you want to be at the end of 2017? What do you need to do to get there financially throughout the year? Remember, baby steps makes one big giant gain. In this position here, this represents Earth, which is the things that surround you that help you cope with everyday life. So this could be money, it could be people, it could be things, it could be situations surrounding you that would ultimately affect your everyday life. Now here you have the Five of Swords in reverse. Five of Swords in an upright position really speaks to somebody who's very smug, somebody who feels that they potentially could have pulled the rug out from somebody. In a reversed position, I feel like you are really embarking upon this month and through the duration of January, feeling extremely confident with the things, with the people, with the situations around you. I don't feel, and again there's another card coming up, I don't feel that you feel that there are hidden factors at play that you need to be aware of. So all of the decisions, all of the thoughts that you are making this month are really on sure-footed, solid ground. You're very grounded this month, Capricorn, which is a beautiful thing to see, especially as you were giving so much thought to not just the calendar year, but your own personal solar year ahead and the dreams and aspirations that you want to achieve. So I see here there really is no hidden message. There's no ulterior motives coming through. And I know that you feel that this month, Capricorn, that the people around you are truly there to support you, and what you see is what you get kind of thing. Now in this position here, this speaks to what drives you to explore new directions. So here you have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Again, this in an upright position speaks to potentially feeling like you're fighting off people who potentially might be opposing your ideas or the things that you're trying to achieve. In a reversed position, it really speaks to sorry there, I'm just trying to get off the tail end of a cold. I'm sorry for coughing. In a reverse position, it really speaks to feeling that solidness. So I feel at this time, Capricorn, and I know I just briefly touched on it, you are really feeling solid, you're feeling grounded, you're feeling whole, you're really in tune with you, which is beautiful. And you really know as you look ahead that you don't have any hidden paths that are going to peek out or surprise you, to pop out. So as you are planning, your realm of what you could potentially embark on is a lot bigger because you don't have those hesitations. What if this happens? What if this person changes their mind? What if what you see is truly what it is? So you can take it for what you see at face value, which is very, very good while you're making those plans, because part of the plan is planning for the unforeseen, which means that any of the plans you put into motion right now probably will not have a lot of those unforeseen hiccups. Sorry about that again. Now in the next position here, this speaks to what helps you maintain the balanced and healthy lifestyle. The Death card in an upright position speaks to changes, sometimes positives. They can sometimes be negative, but mostly they are positive. In a reverse position, I'm so sorry, Capricorn. In a reverse position, I see that potentially, you could be looking at staying the same. And this may be part of this. There's new things that you want to put into play, new ideas, new beginnings, and they're just taking a little bit longer than you thought to take fruition. I see that you have a lot of thoughts, a lot of goals. It's really a planning month. I'm getting very strongly for you, Capricorn, where potentially you have all the ideas, you're laying them down on paper, or your tablet, you're thinking them through, you potentially might not be putting everything into that full action mode yet, okay? But you know that it is coming, and it definitely will come, knowing you. So don't beat yourself up if you're not getting every single thing done that you want to get done this month, because you're putting the plan in place. You're laying the groundwork to make things run like that well-oiled wheel. So just pace yourself this month. Don't try to implement too many changes at once, because if you do, you will get overwhelmed, and some of those positive changes that you're trying to make will ultimately fall to the wayside, which is not what you truly want. So small implementations will create that sustainability. In the next position here, you have what we call the destroyer. So this symbolizes what potentially needs to go in order for you to move forward in your life, to make more space for positive things in your life. Here you have the Two of Swords in reverse. Now the Two of Swords in an upright position speaks to potentially not knowing all of the facts, hidden things. In a reverse position, and especially in this position symbolizing what needs to go, I think you need to release some of those doubts, some of that hesitancy, some of that uncertainty, the lack of confidence in some areas that you have been having about the worry, basically. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if that? You can't live your life worrying about worry. If you're constantly worrying, you're not doing. And doing is what creates those beautiful things in your life. Sometimes you will go down a wrong path or make a wrong decision, but that is part of the learning. That's part of your personal learning, which, you know, sometimes those paths aren't fun paths. We've all had them. But at the end of the day, we all learn and we grow as an individual. So I'm really seeing this, Capricorn, not just for the month of January, because I see this as a really thoughtful month for you, where you're really thinking about long-term goals, long-term plans, and putting them into place. This is the month to take risks. You have a lot of cards here that are really speaking to the fact that what you see is what it is. There are no hidden obstacles that are going to creep out that you potentially might be worried about. So this is the month, this is the time to really look at what you want and go for it. If you're sitting around worrying all the time, you will not go for it and you will never get there, right? In order to get to the finish line, you need to pass the start line. So this card here represents potentially what the universe is guiding you towards for your greater fulfillment. Now in this position here, we have the King of Swords in a reverse position. The King of Swords can sometimes be a person, male or female, because this is a general reading. Could be an air sign, but not necessarily so, because it is a general reading. This is, again, an action card. So I'm getting the message very strong from the universe that they're saying, don't beat yourself up. If you see here, it's right there. Don't beat yourself up if you cannot put everything into action this month. Kings symbolize action, the doing of the thought. Right here we have, it's not all going to happen at once, right? They didn't build Rome in a day. So you have that reinforcing message. You have that reinforcing message. So here, I really truly do feel that the message this month, Capricorn, is really don't beat yourself up if you didn't get those 20 things on your to-do list done in a day. Right? Life happens. Sometimes people will call with a last-minute call. I need you to come over here and help me do whatever. Well, that's going to take you away from one of those items on your personal to-do list. You just have to find that balance. So slow implementation is really the message I'm getting for this. Now here, which is beautiful, this card symbolizes what the universe's reaction is to your current state of being. And the universe is giving you the strength this month, Capricorn, to handle all of this, to handle the busyness of life, to handle implementing all of these changes that you want to start making, to have that fulfilling life that you're envisioning. So whether it be changes to your health regimen, your exercise regimen, what you're eating, it could be your sleeping habits, it could be so many things to make positive changes. It could simply be, I want to, I had a client tell me last week, I really want to try to have more phone conversations with the people I care about, because everybody is so busy. We're texting and it's all electronic communication. I very rarely take the time out to sit down and have a phone conversation. That was one of her goals as she went into this new solar year, which I thought was a really profound goal. So it doesn't have to be these big, I'm going to build a rocket ship tomorrow. These can be personal changes that will bring you bigger, higher fulfillment for you. And they will all be different for each one of you, because this is a general reading. But the universe is saying that they are giving you the strength this month to handle that load, to really find the insights as to what the best strategy to balance all of that would be. The last card here, which truly could be the first card, speaks to the foundation for the entire spread. And here you see the Six of Pentacles, which is interesting because you have an individual there handing out almost charitable donations to individuals. One's getting more than the other. So potentially you could have been coming off of a situation where you felt the scales were a little bit unbalanced. I'm getting that you were feeling that the scales were unbalanced to not in your favor. I feel that you're coming out of that period, and this card really speaks to that, and you're going to be feeling that you're coming out of that period. You may have been giving as of late, over the last few months, over the recent past. Giving of yourself, giving of your time, giving of your resources, and that is about to change this month, Capricorn. You are going to start to see that balance. I'm not saying don't help your friends. I mean, that's what people do. We help our friends, our family, the people that we care most about. And hopefully they reciprocate that for us as well. But I see that you're really finding that balance this month. You're appreciating the fact that if I don't get all 20 tasks on my to-do list done, that's okay. It'll just have to roll over into the next day, the next week, the next month, keeping in mind that you don't want to let things go too long. So I think that this is a really straightforward message this month, Capricorn, in the fact that you really are going to be finding that balance. You're going to be feeling extremely strong, and you're going to be taking time out for yourself to appreciate you and the little things that you enjoy. Now, my two extra bonus cards that I always like to pull, which these are interesting cards actually, they complement the reading quite nicely. So the first card here is the Seven of Pentacles, which speaks to working but still looking at the rest of the work that has to be done. So potentially, because these are both Pentacle cards, you could be seeing some additional money coming in, which is what I was speaking to in this card here. And that could just be simply by way of you're not spending out as much due to the recent holiday season. So you're actually getting to save some of those extra funds from your paycheck or your income, where you get to save and start paying down some debt or actually putting something away for a rainy day. So you are working hard this month, whether it be through ideas or physically working, and you are starting to see that monetary reward come back this month. Now, the next card here is the Four of Pentacles. And again, because these two cards popped up as Pentacles, I feel that there will be some money coming into you this month, Capricorn. I'm not saying you're going to win the lottery. Some of you might. I hope you do. But I'm not guaranteeing it. But this right here is the Four of Pentacles, which speaks to really looking at what you have, keep making sure that your funds are safe, making sure that what you own is safe and secure. So this potentially could come back to this card here, which I was speaking to at the beginning of the reading, where you were giving thought to potentially looking at your money and putting a budget in place, speaking with a financial advisor to really get a good plan of attack around your budget, your investments, your debt consolidations, whatever that may be. Really looking at that this month. So all in all, it was a fabulous reading, Capricorn. Happy birthday again to all of you who still have a birthday to celebrate through the month of January. I wish you so many blessings for the year of 2017. Stay tuned for your year ahead reading, which, as I said, will hopefully be up by the end of next week. And all the best. So until we see each other next time, keep your head up, keep smiling, and enjoy the sunshine.